In this video, it's designed to walk you through how you can take just $25, no more, and generate more than $10,000 in your first 30 days of working with Go E1U Life in Marketing and selling our artificial intelligence concept that we use for people on the GHL platform. And I want you to follow it. And the way to do this is, first of all, don't get caught up on what everyone else is doing. Focus on what your desire is. I know many of you want to be able to dive in deep and really master and learn how some of this stuff is done. And you will see and hear more about that in our community. But I do also say that in order to do that, to know, to be able to address the things that you want related to that, you have to get some of the monsters away from your door, related to your mortgage, your children, and things like that. Financial challenges are real and many have been laid off in the last year or two. Watch this video to see how to do it. It's not going to be long, but certainly we want to be able to walk you through and guide you on how you can be successful. So, it's simple to do it. You just want to join a matrix that fits your budget. We're advising you, if you're going to follow the steps, follow them. Now, some of you are more aggressive. It works at every level, but for those of you that know you don't have more than $25, don't beat yourself up. With $25, you're going to see what you're capable of if you can stay focused and not deviate from the system. And yes, it works more aggressively. It'll happen a lot faster than 30 days if you use more than $25. But $25 is enough to do what we're going to show you how to do. Then you'll progress through completing a matrix, and when it fills, you'll get paid. Each position that fills on the pay line, you'll get paid, and you would have made these payments in Bitcoin. We're going to show you how to use a portion of it to grow what you're making without taking any more out of your pocket than the $25 that you started with. So, let's take a look and see how that works, okay? There are several different matrices you'll see inside the system. We're going to start with the $25 one. We're not going to go up to any of these other numbers right this moment. We're just going to show you how to start with $25 out of your pocket and no more. So, in doing so, we're going to pretend that you're Gloria. And Gloria, we have a system that we use based on patterns and algorithms. And that is, just think of two people that you know would love to be able to either dive in and use our AI credit system, where we use credit packs to help people to utilize their emailing, engagement, marketing, and calling. Just two. And at the risk of $25, that's it. $25 to get started with our system, to be able to see how to use it. When they do that, just two. We're telling you, you can get more, but stay focused. Just two for now. When you do that, you want to be able to get them started. Now, with just you for now inviting and sharing this with two people, what's the model? Now, if you find two people, if you're trying to grow a business, you want to find two people that also want to do it and earn money while they have these products. And what you want to do then, watch how this works. You will work with James and explain to him what you want to do is find out that everything reproduces after its own kind. Meaning that if you can just show the people that you've brought in what you've done and help work with them to do it, watch what happens. James then could do the same thing and he finds two people. Diane does the same thing because you recognize that every great model in history, whether it's the military, college universities, even Jesus Christ himself, started with a core group of people and helped them to reproduce and became multitudes. And it's about keeping it simple. You don't have to be an expert with AI. You don't have to be an expert at making money from home. You need to be able to keep it simple and certainly be able to reproduce in others what you're able to do. And let them know, with a limited risk, they can start a business. They can position themselves well in an industry driven by technology in the future. You've probably seen where the president has recently signed executive orders about the advancements of artificial intelligence and even cryptocurrency. And you'll find that this is a great fit for many people who already know this. All you do is let them know that with just $25, they can get started. Now, watch the power of this. This line here is called a pay line. Whenever someone gets started, by the time Cindy gets started and finds someone, you've made $25, which means you've already been paid back what you started with. And as this goes on, remember, you've only told two people about it. The reason they're orange is because these are people that you've personally referred. When they learn and tell their people, watch what happens. All these blue people mean that this has nothing to do with you, other than you're a great leader. You're working with them so they can know how to do what you're doing. And you can do that by giving them this video if you need to. Now, watch the magic. Notice, you've made $25 each time anyone lands on these boards. If you notice, here's my recommendation. The reason we say 30 days is that in your first week, we typically tell you, in your first 7 days, you want to help. You want to find 2 people, right? You might do that in the first day or 2. Then you help those 2. You train them. You teach them how to do it. If you don't know how to train them, you don't have to. Just use this type of video so they can see it for themselves. Then they find 2 people within the 7 days. Watch this. If just the 2 people you brought in and the 2 they brought in do it, by the end of the week, you will have already made $175 and be ready to start again and open a new board. Now, if you do that, you're going to see that means you've completed it. You mean you made $175, and without any money out of your pocket, you get to start the process again. Now, watch the beauty of this, because it's happening downhill. This is what's called a follow me matrix because you told James and Diane about it. This is your second week, and because it's going downhill, those other matrices, everyone else is finding 2 who get 2. And you want to watch what happens automatically because they would have filled their boards, they follow you. Then Cindy and Michael, who also don't have to do this in order. But I want you to see what's happening. Without you even doing any more work, these matrices are filling, which is causing the same thing to happen again. Now, what I didn't tell you is that when you got your first $175, you could be comfortable and stay there. But that's not going to get you to $10,000 plus at the end of the month. If you would have taken $100 from the $175 that you made, and you would have opened up a $100 board, this is what you teach your people to do. Once they make theirs, they do the same. And you know what's going to happen? Here's what I'm going to show you what's going to happen. Now, while the 25 matrix is already filling up, you're going to notice something. If this is the $100 matrix and you taught James and Diane to do the same thing with their $175, take $100 and they do it, what's going to happen is you're going to own these. And now in the $100 matrix, you're going to see you would have made $700 and then get to start a new one when it closes. Now, watch how cool this is. If this is your second week, I want you to realize something. The $25 matrix is still filling while you're doing this because others are doing the same thing, and you always have it once you've purchased it. Once you own it, it continues cycling. But you get credits each time you cycle and fill a matrix, and you got credits when you purchased it too. Now, watch how cool this is. If you take $500 of the $700 that you made, you can open up an entirely new matrix. And watch this. Each time a person gets started, now watch who this is, they're going to be doing the same thing. This is what you do in a team. You do it as a group. You learn how to work smart, so you all can benefit. Now, here's where it becomes so beautiful. It makes you want to cry before the end of the month. This is your third week. You're working on the $500 matrix. Look at what happens. Kathy got started. Lewis. That's already $2,000. By the time you get to 6 of them, that's $3,000. Then another one. $3,500 would have come in. Now this is where we tell you to take $1,000 of that, and you join the 1,000 matrix. You pay for that one, you're going to get credits for it, so you can use more of the AI and more of the tools. And the beauty here is, by the time you get to that one, you're going to see what happens now. You and your crew, you tell James and Diane how you're going to make that money in advance. If they want to go with you, let's go together and do it. And then they're going to do the same with their 2, and watch what happens. Now you're making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. That's how you've seen these people already make, in less than a month, more than $100,000. That's how they did it. They were just very aggressive. What we're showing you is how to do it with just $25. Now, you could take $4,000 of that and upgrade to the 4,000 matrix, but you don't have to be greedy. This is the 30-day sprint to making more than $10,000. If you stay focused, you don't have to put extra stress on yourself. You can do this, and it turns out that you want to get a good look at what it looks like on the other side. Notice when you're done, all your completed matrices are there. But look at this. Every time that $25 matrix fills, you're going to make $175 and get 250 credits each time. Now, by the time the month ends, you should have done this a couple of times. If you stay focused and don't get nervous, trying to go out and tell people to get rich, forget that. Take care of business. $25 will cause this to happen over and over and over again for you. Now, but we're only counting one time during that 30 days, even though it's going to be simultaneously happening. Imagine just once. Then, also the $100 matrix, you're going to be filling that one. Because this process works, and you would have only spent $25 following this model. That means you would have earned $700 each time, but let's pretend it only happens once. Because you're not scattered, you're focused. Then, the $500 matrix, you do the same thing. You're going to get a lot of credits, which means you're going to be able to use our voice calling, AI minutes, social media engagement, and all that stuff. Because you're getting lots of credits, not just when you start, but also each time you cycle. Now, I could go on, and I'm going to. Now, I said, we're going to stop at the 1,000 matrix. This is more than $11,000 in your first 4 weeks, just with $25 out of your pocket. You've got to understand. You could slow down, not be so hyper, and stay fixed and focused. I'm going to find 2 people today. Now me, I would be aggressive. That's how I like to do it. First 24 hours, I'm going to get my 2 people. I'm going to work with them. I'm going to ask them to do their best to get their 2 people in the next 24 hours. And it may take a day or 2. By the end of the week, I would have already filled my pay line because I was smart instead of wasting time trying to find more people. Forget recruiting. Work with the 2 that you have so they can be productive and reproduce. Then help them work with their 2. And what happens? It looks like this at the end of 4 weeks. This is not an exaggeration. We know many in their first 7 days made more than $12,000. By the end of their second week, they made more than $30,000. They were very aggressive. They started off paying everything up front. We're showing you how to do this with just $25. Stay tuned for another video where we talk about the 1-year marathon to more than $100,000. Just $25 out of your pocket. See you in the next video. Take care.